6 of Strings and More. I am Jaymie, and this is Shanna.
Hi, I'm Shanna from Lambstrings Yarn. Thanks everybody for coming back. If you are returning, if you're here for the first time, then thank you so much for joining us. This is episode number 6. So yeah, you can find me on social media as Lambstrings Yarn. I think I mixed them up last week.
Did you?
I did. I mixed them up last week. They'll be in the show notes anyway.
Yeah, the show notes are correct.
Yeah, show notes are correct. Lambstrings Yarn on Instagram and Twitter, and Lambstrings on Ravelry. And I also hand dye beautiful yarn. You can find that at lambstrings.etsy.com. And I have a blog spot at lambstrings.blogspot.com. So come see me everywhere.
You have all these lovely things.
I do a lot. I'm everywhere. You know, regularly, almost regularly. So.
Right, and if you want, you can find me on Instagram as LeslieJeanKnits or on Ravelry as JaymieM. I almost was like, what else do I have?
I know. We have a Ravelry group, Strings and More Ravelry group. So please come down and join our group and
chat with us.
Yeah, chat with us. We have some threads in there for some giveaways, so we'll talk about that. And but we need you guys to come down there and join because that's where it's all gonna be.
Yeah,
so yeah. So speaking of giveaways, I don't know. Should we? We didn't really have like an eventful week. No. We usually chat a little bit before we do stuff.
Yeah, we do usually.
Didn't have an eventful week at all. It's hot. It's like super, like syrupy outside. So you'll notice that we're not drinking tea.
But it's not terribly humid. Yes, we have.
No, it's just, but it's hot. It's like really hot. It's too hot for the neighbor to like weed whack or mow his lawn. So hopefully
they'll all be in their pools.
Low their lawn. That's what you said last week.
Low their lawn.
They're not going to low their lawn this week.
That is what I said. Right?
Yeah, you did. You did.
No,
you said a lot of stuff last week.
I was thinking of making a Facebook account just so I could join all the knitting groups and stuff.
Oh, you should.
And I have to worry about my kids being plastered all over the place.
No. You make a separate one.
Yeah.
You just make a JaymieM one.
I was going to do Leslie Jean.
Or Leslie Jean.
My Instagram.
Yeah. You should.
I might do that.
Yeah, because you know what? I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and I know a lot of some of my Facebook group knitting people watch the podcast. So you guys should get to know Jaymie, and Jaymie should get to know you because there's a lot of really crazy, like awesome indie dyers that are there, and they're
be cool
so
to check
nice.
out.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. Let's do admin stuff. Or talk about our giveaways. We have 2 giveaways in our Ravelry thread right now, and they are one is the 100 subscribers giveaway, which is coming to a head. It's almost done. We're almost there.
We're at 87.
Yeah, 87 as of this morning, Saturday, which is when we, you guys, I don't think you guys see us until Sunday or Monday, so I think by next week. And if you haven't, you should just hit that subscribe button so that we can give this away already, because people want stuff for free. But our gift for 100 subscribers is the Forest Fairy Tale Knits book, 7 lovely whimsical patterns by Stephanie Dosen of Tiny Owl Knits. Let me find.
Oh, and a stitch marker set, which I forgot to bring out.
So if you are interested, you can hit subscribe once we hit 100. We're gonna do it through our Ravelry thread. We have a prompt question for you in there, which is to name or link your favorite Harry Potter related or whimsical crochet or knit pattern. Very easy. Something that you guys like. If you've done it, if you haven't done it, doesn't matter. Something that you want to tackle someday. A lot of them are like really nice shawls and like lacy patterns and stuff. And oh, bless you.
Thank you.
My goodness. That's it? Just the one?
That's it.
You sure?
Yes. I'm not a 2 sneezer.
You're not a 2 sneezer? I'm not a 2 sneezer either.
I'm either a 1 sneezer or like a crap load.
I feel bad for people who are like an 8 sneezer. Like, you know, there's people who are like,
they
go
it's
crazy.
It's either one or the other for me. If I sneeze once or I sneeze over and over and over and over again.
That stinks. You got a headache, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Doing that. Where was I? Where were we? The 100 subscribers?
Yeah, the 100
right,
subscribers.
So go over and name your favorite pattern. Really, I think it's just an excuse for us to see like new cool patterns.
Yeah.
But we're going to do it as a random number generator. So hopefully next week we will generate that number. We will have an answer for you guys, a winner. We'll announce that on the podcast, and I think we'll put it in the thread also. And we'll get your information and we'll send you your good stuff. So that's our first giveaway. And we have another giveaway.
We do. Our second giveaway is a Name That Hat pattern contest.
Yes.
So this is the hat.
Oh, I didn't bring mine.
That's okay. I forgot to bring my other one too. And we have a thread in our Ravelry group, and we just want suggestions for what I should name this hat. We are going to end that Wednesday. So this Wednesday night.
I'll put the date up on the screen because I off the top of my head I don't
We'll say
know
like what, like by 10 o'clock Wednesday.
By 10 o'clock, yeah, we'll close the thread, and by next week we'll have a winner, and the winner will receive a free copy of this pattern that Jaymie wrote with optional pom-pom.
So free patterns, why not? Go
yeah, right?
If you're clever at naming things, which I am not, might as well give it a shot. You might win.
Yeah.
Nice little hat pattern.
Yeah. So those are our giveaways. I think that's all our admin stuff, right?
Yeah.
What should we do first? I've got so many things here. I don't even know if I'm going to talk about everything.
Well, that's good because I
got
don't have a
something
lot.
new.
Let's do FOs. I've only got one.
Faux.
So we'll get that out of the way. Faux. Faux shizzle.
Faux. It's a for real session. For real.
So you have two, right?
I've got two. One was from last week. I'm repeating it.
I saw you finish that.
So cheating. Like blatant cheating. That's all right.
Show that first then.
Oh, okay. So my blatant cheating is, last week I finished the Rikke hat by Sarah Young in Miss Babs Kaweah DK in the Volcanic Eruption colorway, right? But this week I put a button on it. So it's a new finished object. I've like oh, that's the wrong way because of the cat.
It's gotta go on the other side.
I know. I specifically picked the button to like go with this hat and to face me. So my kitty cat button. I love. Isn't that cute? So I'm gonna move it around though. So this button is made by Sarah Johnson from Not So Shabby Chic. You can find her on Etsy. And I think this came in a pack of 12 or so. Oh, you know, I took them all out. Actually, I have her business card. But all the cat buttons are out of the bag. All the cats are out of the bag. I know. It's the truth. This is her business card right there. Oops. And this is another package of buttons that actually stuff like these better on the hat, but I don't know. It's a cat with music notes, and it's like, well, you know, burlappy looking, and I just couldn't help it.
What he's talking about because this
it's just decorative.
Show up on it.
I know, that's what I said. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love these buttons. They're gonna go on something, but this hat, man, they would have just gotten so like sucked into the color.
Yep.
Man,
they wouldn't have popped.
They wouldn't have popped.
Nope.
I need my cats to pop. But isn't that cute? I think it's totally cute.
Super cute. Yo, super cute. Yeah. That counts. Totally counts as a new FO. So hot. It's not even August.
I don't know how long we're gonna last today.
So I don't think it's so terrible.
You're just wearing sleeves. I don't get it.
Well, it's not humid, and this is really thin anyway. It's like does nothing.
I just think like I overheat and I can't handle it. I'm like
like Ron. It gets a little hot. It's like 70 out, and he's like, "Argh."
Well, and especially like after the winter. Remember, as soon as it started getting hot here on Long Island, like I don't know, whoever lives on Long Island, go us. We can do this, but Long Island is like it snows, and then like 2 days later it's like 70. When I did the fair, the Long Island Fleece and Fiber Festival, that was in May, right? May 16th, right? The first day of the fair, it was like in the 70s, and we were sweating. I wore this.
Yeah, we were getting sunburned.
I wore this shirt and shorts, and we were getting sunburned. My fiance stayed with me. He got a sunburn. He got a redneck. And the next day, I wore like something that like showed my midriff, right? But I also brought a sweater just in case, right? I had to wear them both. It was freezing. I think it was like in the 50s the next day.
Yeah, it was cold. It does that in the spring. It's very up and down. the temperature.
There's just never enough, like, we never have a season long enough to get used to the weather, and then the weather changes and we'll all act like babies. That's a bumblebee.
Checking out your yarn.
I know. I didn't know what that was, or how close it was to me.
Nature!
Effing nature.
I'm gonna put this on and I'm gonna regret
Oh my god, I'm hot just looking at you. You look gorgeous.
So my FO is the favorite scarf ever.
Is that the name of the pattern?
Yeah, favorite scarf ever.
Favorite
Lisa
scarf
Bruce.
ever.
Lisa Bruce.
Right?
There we go.
It's like a razor lace pattern.
It's a super easy lace pattern, and it like you start a scarf and then you're always like, you get to like here and you're like, it's taking so long.
You hit the wall. I was talking about the wall last week with shawls, like where you're going strong and then out of nowhere, one row, and you're like, I don't know if I can do this.
But this one, it's actually knit in two pieces and you sew it together. This way they're falling the same way. It's like the little chevron pattern.
Oh yeah, so when you're wearing it, I like that.
So it folds the same way. You can see my shoddy sewing job right there.
Do you cast on with provisional? Actually, I kind of like the way that you sewed this.
Why?
I don't know.
You want to see my horrible sewing job?
No, but like, all right. So
horrible.
Jaymie calls it a horrible sewing job. I call it
It's a terrible
like
sewing
decorative,
job.
like seaming. Like you can totally do a whole sweater with that like horrible sew job and call it decorative seaming. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, nowadays.
But if you remembered how you did that, like I think it looks like a whip.
I just
like a whip
stitched it.
Yeah.
But just I feel like horribly.
You can make it work.
Whatever.
Why not? You're making a shirt right now. You could probably make that work.
Yeah. But so yeah, I used Lambstrings Ewetopia sock in engine number, what is it? Engine number 9.
Engine number 9, yeah.
So, and it came out like this. You can see, like, it's funny. It's striped in the middle, and then opposite blocks of color
it did,
on the two sides.
I had made
it came out like that.
cardigan in the kitty weight colorway, which I don't have with me, but it's dyed the same way. Mm-hmm. So, like, it might stripe or it might do whatever, but when I made the sweater, I totally forgot to like alternate skeins, which is such a rookie mistake. But once I got past the first skein, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't alternate skeins. Oh, whatever. But the sweater actually came out like checker blocked like that. So like close up, it looks really like nice. Not that it doesn't, but from far away, you could see like the spots of color that happened.
Yeah.
Like in huge chunks. It looks kind of cool.
It can be cool how that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But I feel like
this the way that it's dyed.
It's a good pattern to show off sock yarn. If you don't,
does it call for sock
If you're not a sock, yeah,
it does.
Yep, it does. If you're not a sock knitting person, but you love the hand painted, yarns out there, fingering weight yarns, this is a nice pattern to show it off.
And the lace detail on it isn't so terribly detailed that you
super easy.
Yeah.
You memorize it, like within the first 5 minutes of knitting it, you know the pattern, you just do the whole rest of the scarf.
But like the color and the stitch complement each other, so neither one takes away from the other, which is hard to find, I feel like.
Yeah, like
a lot of times.
You could have a crazy variegated yarn, I feel like, with speckles and everything, and it would look fine in this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not a crazy lace pattern, it's very simple.
I want to do a little bit more research and maybe do like a portion where we talk about how to pick yarn for certain projects. Like I feel like some people have like a knack for it. Like some people just like they see a yarn, they see a pattern, they know it's going to work together, the drape, the color, the detail, everything on it. And like I have to admit, I have a hard time with that. I find that I'm picking the wrong yarns for patterns a lot. That's why I'm always ripping stuff out. I feel like I just never, I don't have a knack for it.
I don't know, I feel like everything you've made comes out good.
Yeah, but, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
But I've ripped out so many things to get there. Like, some people just are, like, good at it. You're just good at it. I don't know how to... And there's, like, you can get, like, reading material on that. How to pick, like, the right yarn for certain patterns and stuff like that. I think it's really interesting. So I would need to read something like that. Anyway. Totally. You should blow your
I'm
nose.
gonna go like this.
Oh. I think you should show everybody. Listen.
You're right, my small.
Listen.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
No, you're not going to do it. Are you sure not going to do it?
What? No, I did it already.
You blew your nose?
Yeah.
What sound was that?
I don't sound like an elephant.
My second FO is another hat that I made a long time ago, but this is my design, so I can use that.
I made that too. You should have told me. I would have brought mine out.
Oh, I totally forgot. We don't talk about anything. We have notes, but we don't ever like really go over anything. I'm just like surprised.
Just a few little things.
Some things. This is the Cassia hat by Shanna Felice at Lambstrings yarn. And this is made with Malabrigo Merino worsted. This was like before I really started dyeing. And yeah, this is the red mahogany colorway. But it's a slouchy, like lace, like faux cabled hat. Oh, it is so hot outside. Jesus. And like my hair is sticking to me. It's a lacy faux cable hat. So if you are afraid of cables, but you want to make something that looks kind of like cables, this is the hat pattern for you because it's so
really cool.
easy and it just looks really, really, this is a great hat to wear. So you can find this in my Ravelry store. I think I took all my patterns off of Etsy, and I did make an announcement about that. So if you're at my Etsy shop and you're looking for patterns, they're not going to be there. I transferred all of them over to Ravelry only, and this is because when you do an update on your patterns, it's just so much easier to get the word out through Ravelry than having to go back into your Etsy customers and find everybody who purchased the patterns. I did one update that my Etsy customers didn't receive, so if you're watching, I apologize. Please contact me if there's any updates you think you might have missed on a pattern that you bought in the past. So they're all on Ravelry now. But anyway, you can find this on my Ravelry page. The reason I brought this one to show was because I had mentioned, I think 2 episodes ago, about my head being a little small. And other people might have small heads as well, and how to fix that when you're doing a regular adult-sized hat pattern. So, and I had to do it with this. So I've designed the pattern to fit an adult small head, which I think I had it at like 18 or 19 inches. If that's too big for you, it was a little too big for me. What I've done is I went to a craft store and I went to their jewelry section and I bought some elastic thread that you would use for like a stretchy bracelet. You buy it on a roll. I think I spent like $3.99 on it. And I took a piece and I threaded it through the inside of the brim of the hat. And I didn't pull very tight. You can see after I threaded it when I have it relaxed, it just looks a little bit, you know, it's a little stretchy. It's just enough to give it some grip so that I can put it on and go nuts and it won't go anywhere. And it fits perfectly and it doesn't compromise the outside of the pattern. You can't even tell that I did it. I love it. You can't feel it. It's so thin. And I just tied it off. I tied it off. I didn't even weave in the ends. I just
even if
tied
you
it
make
off.
an oopsie, didn't check your gauge, you knit a hat and it's maybe
Right?
a little bit too big in the brim.
Right? If you don't
just
mind
do
the
that.
extra slouch in the back, just throw some elastic in there. And I think that I found that on Pinterest, but I forget who I found it from. But after I did it, I was like, oh my god, I could do this with socks. I could do this with gloves that might be a little too big. I was thinking that it was a great option, even if you have gloves that fit. My fiance does not like to wear a lot of knit items, homemade items, and I think we should talk about that. But he's not big into the knit items. I have some yarn that is very thick that I don't know what to do with, and I asked him if he would like me to make him some like heavy gloves for like when he's like using the snowblower. So he was like, yeah, all right, you know, maybe, blah, blah, blah. And I thought immediately, put elastic on the wrist portion, tighten it up really good so that snow and stuff doesn't get in there, right? Could be. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make him some shoveling / snow blowing gloves so that I don't ever have to do it. And I'll have an excuse to have to do it. And I'm just going to tighten them there, right? I thought that would be a good idea. So yeah, so I know I had mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, so I just wanted to bring that and show you guys and just say it's a good option.
I'm also going to say too with this isn't the Rios, this is the other one, Malabrigo.
Worsted.
Just the regular worsted?
Yeah, merino worsted.
It blacks big.
It does block kind of big.
It does.
And
so
I
you have to be careful when using that.
Yeah, and
test make a little square, test it out. It does black bigger.
We talked about blocking, like for shawls, or not blocking, gauging, like swatching for shawls and stuff, and whether or not we do it. When you swatch something, do you block it and then measure it?
No, I usually
Uh-oh.
I make my little square and then I usually just stretch it a little.
Really?
Yeah, I won't lie. I just stretch it a little bit. Usually when you block it, that's what happens. It's just a little bit.
I wet block all of my swatches.
Do you? I don't.
I
nope.
do.
I'm a slacker.
I do. And I gotta tell you, like when I'm doing like,
no, wait,
I
I
shirts
lied.
and stuff.
I did it for one thing, but I can't remember what the hell it was.
Oh, what the hell was it?
Maybe that cardigan I just finished I showed on here already.
Oh, yeah.
The, with the crazy back to it. We're
Remember
not
that
going to
cardigan?
remember what it was. The blue one.
By Melissa Shashwari.
Yeah, by Melissa Shashwari. Whatever that pattern was.
Yeah, but when you're like, yeah, I'm like, yes, you have to block stuff like that.
I did do that.
What I normally do, I don't block big enough. That's the problem. I block like, I swatch maybe like this big, maybe 2, 3 by 4 inches, and then I wet block it and I measure it. I measure it before I block it, and I write it down, and then I measure it after I block it, and I don't. What I'll do is I'll see if like there's a big like a percentage, like does it grow by like 5%? Does it grow by 10%? That's how I do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work because my math is.
Do the gauge swatch.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't.
Sometimes I'm too excited and I just want to do something.
Like,
and
all right, I
it.
will say stuff like this, shawls. I never test the gauge. Hats, I rarely do.
So,
it's usually just sweaters and stuff.
So, again, I think it might have been like 2 or 3 episodes ago when Jaymie was asking if I ever swatch for a shawl. And I was saying, oh, I only swatch for a shawl when I have just enough yarn that the pattern calls for. So if the pattern calls for 400 yards and I have 400 yards, I swatch. Because just making it at the last minute, after you've done all that work and you're just making it at the last minute, that's not cool, right?
Yeah, no, it's not cool.
So Jaymie was like, oh, I never do, blah, blah, blah. So something happened this week.
Oh, yeah, and this will bring us into our whips.
Let's go into whips.
If you watched our last episode, I made a promise. And you'll notice
a political promise.
It was not under our FO section. Did
you guys notice that?
Yeah. So,
got like a bucket of ice out here. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah. Are you really having
Yes. I'm sweating.
You know what? We're gonna have to set up a little fan. We could do it like on the chair just above.
I know. Actually, think I might have like a when we take a break. I'm gonna have to go get my hair clipped.
So
I'm like sweating on my mustache.
Your mustache.
Ladies, you know.
Ooh. So I was on the last big stripe of gray. I finished the one side. I'm knitting, getting on the other side. I'm working my way with the short rows, and then something feels funny as I'm knitting, and my yarn goes. And I look.
What did it do? It made that noise too. It's crazy.
I ran out of my color A. So I thought about it for a day. Thought about if I wanted to fudge it and kind of like undo some, take out a little on the other side to make them even. And then I just decided, screw it. I'll buy another skein.
Damn.
I have to more yarn.
Buy more yarn. For purpose, though.
I'm waiting for my new skein of my color A.
Can you believe that, though?
I did not check my gauge.
You know what, though? I think even if you had checked your gauge, it's just a shawl, you know? Yeah. And the thing with shawls is that the heavier they get, the more they're going to grow by percentage anyway. Because
well, this is a huge one anyway, to begin with.
So, I mean, I don't know. I act all like,
this is what I have.
but
I would have finished it. I was knitting and going. I was like, whew, I'm getting this done. And then I ran
Making
out.
my promises, keeping my promises.
Yep, keeping my promises. I was like, I'm going to have it blocked by Saturday. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. Nope. Ran out of yarn. But that's okay.
It still looks beautiful, though.
Thank you. What's there of it?
Did we say that it was the Alluna shawl, right?
No, I didn't. Not this episode yet. It's the Alluna Shawl by Anthony Casalena, and this is Lolodidit yarn. It's her everyday sock in Mustard's Last Stand and Coal Miner's Daughter,
Which I want.
which is knitting up very nice together.
Yeah. And you're doing that, I think Lolo did
She
it.
had a knit along. It
It's a knit
ends
along.
tomorrow, so I'm not making it. Not making it.
I didn't even put that together that it's ending on.
Yeah, it's ending.
Tomorrow's the 17th, right?
Yep.
I can't believe it's July 17th, right?
And a lot of people have
should...
posted nice finished shawls.
Yeah, but
they look so nice.
Oh, I think you should contact her and ask her for an extension.
I don't know. I feel kind of like.
What's the prize? Is there a prize?
She didn't say, but yes, there will be a prize. I don't know.
She should just send you that last.
You know,
one.
a lot of people did finish. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not that worried about it.
I'm
gonna finish it anyway as soon as I get the yarn.
It's not about the prize.
But a lot of people, there's a lot of beautiful shawls in there already, and mine's not one of them.
But it will be.
It will be. Yes, I'll finish it. I will still post it in the thread, and
yeah,
it is what it is. I ran out.
So I know we went into whips, and this is good because I kind of have this is the thing I was going to tell you before. I kind of have it's a whip, but it's not. It's an FO, but it's not a whip. It's a hoe.
Uh-oh.
Because remember I said I
suck.
I made a hoe.
She's a hoe.
And and I'm going to show you the sock, but I'm also going to show you the sock on me because it's like the ugliest hoe ever.
So skinny and crinkly looking.
What is that? What the heck is that? It's like, and I'm just the wrong way. It goes this way.
And you're even holding it look at this.
This is the ugliest hoe ever. Anyway, I said I wanted to make a sock with worsted weight yarn.
Yes.
And today's the hottest day on the planet, and I'm going to show it to you guys on me. But, as many of you know, I work at a craft store, and I don't buy yarn from the craft store because I just have no use for it. I make my own, and I buy other people's gorgeous yarn, and blah, blah, blah. But I was putting out all the new yarn, and Stitch Studio made a worsted weight, 100% acrylic tweed yarn.
It feels nice.
And it's a big ball. It's like a big ball. It's like this.
Oh
right?
my god.
Right? And it's soft.
It's
I'm never
huge.
really
It is. No, I'm
we've said
squeezing it now.
acrylic has its
very
purpose.
soft.
Blah blah blah. So
And
I'm
look,
oh,
it's like elastic.
it's gross. Look at it. It's a little, and look at the little shrivelly heel. Ugh. Anyway, I saw it and I was like, oh, I get such a great discount on this that I might just have to buy it and try to make a sock, like I said I was going to.
Yeah, why not for your first pair? You
For
don't
my
know
first
how you're
pair.
gonna do.
Exactly. They can go in the wash. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it, so I didn't want to go crazy, trying to pick a really nice, high quality yarn for it. So I decided to make the Rye socks by Tin Can Knits, which are free. And I wanted it to be long so that I can make scrunchy socks because, I haven't had enough of the 80s yet. So I decided I was going to make scrunchy socks. So what happened was I knit 9 inches of the, ankle portion of the sock. I don't even know what the parts
leg
of the
portion?
socks are.
I don't know. What do you call it?
It's a leg, right?
Like
a regular
leg of
human,
the sock.
it's like a regular human leg. So I knit 9 inches of it so that I could scrunch it, and I got all the way down, and then I was like, oh, I was supposed to alternate the purl rows, and I didn't. So I made every row. I had to knit them wrong, so I wound up knitting them wrong. But that's okay. So, but look, watch out, Jaymie.
They fit you good.
They
You don't fall.
They're super cozy. Like, holy crapola, they're cozy. And holy crapola, they are hot. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to wear
They make the
these.
best slippers, though. Like, knit worsted weight.
I know. And so I started the second one so that I wouldn't get second sock syndrome, but I'm not so sure. And I don't even know, like, what kind of heel this is. Like, I don't know anything about socks.
Oh, maybe I'll use her heel for my socks.
It was really easy.
Heel, yeah?
It was really
maybe
easy.
I'll do that.
So they're meant to look like that. Not like this. This is like the ugliest hoe in the brothel.
In the brothel.
Or whatever. I don't know. But the heel looks like that. You put like half the sock on a waist yarn, and then you continue with the back of the sock, and then you pick up the sides. So like it starts to go like that,
Okay.
and then you knit the foot portion. It's not a fish kiss.
That's okay.
Fish
You can say
lips
that.
kiss.
I don't know what that means.
We're learning.
We're learning.
So I didn't look it up. I could just as easily look it up. But if you guys know what kind of heel that is, let me know. Anyway, I was supposed to do knit one row, purl one row, blah 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 in the round. I didn't. I did it all wrong. But they came out not so bad. Gotta tell you.
They came out pretty good.
Yeah.
They fit you nice.
They do. She's got a lot of sizes on there, and it just like stuff like normally doesn't fit me. Like I have to tweak stuff. This I didn't really have to tweak. I think I made like the length of the foot a little bit shorter, and then I kept trying them on because it was my first one. So yeah, if you've never knit a sock and you want to try it with worsted weight yarn, I highly recommend this pattern. It was so easy to read. Like I did
Maybe
this.
I'll make them too.
I finished this like last night at 11:30, and like wove it and because
I need a hoe for the podcast.
I was like I need something to finish. I can't just be like not finishing stuff. So I got the hoe, and I already started the second one. So yeah, it's a sock. It's a sock. I will say this. It fits. It looks good. Whatever. If you're going to do it in acrylic yarn, obviously I knew that this was going to happen, and I can't block this out, and that's fine. Don't make it with this and then give it as a gift, because your receiver is going to be like...
You're going to have to like, try it on, I promise.
Thanks. Yeah. So that was my home. How's your sock?
I didn't bring it out. It's the same.
Oh, it's the same. That's
I'm up
okay.
to the heel, and they confused the hell out of me. And
oh
anyway,
yeah, that's right.
I was knitting the shawl, so I was like, I'll put the sock aside, I'll knit the shawl. That wasn't going to happen with no yarn. So I started something else. Something new.
I'm drinking Dr. Pepper, and I
We could
never
just-
drink soda. It's so good.
I am doing the Odelle t-shirt
Mm.
by Amy Christoffers. We will put a picture. Yeah.
This is so gorgeous.
And then you guys, was it last week I showed you guys?
I
Or
think
2 weeks
so.
ago? The Cascade Forest Hills in silver that I got for $12 or 12 something.
And how many yards were in there? Like
I wrote it down.
And it's
785 yards.
for $12.
Yeah, for $12. And it's silk. It was almost half silk.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And-
that's right.
yeah.
$49.51.
And it's
Right.
just so soft and lovely. So the Odelle tee is knit in 2 pieces, which I was thinking of doing it all in 1 piece, and I was like, nah, let's sew it together.
Not like me. I'm like 2 pieces.
So it is, no, that's what I have. I have about 9.5 inches. It curls up at the end.
Yeah.
I have to block it.
I love
And
that look.
It's so easy. It's just, stockinette stitch,
And
and it's so drapey, this.
I wish you.
I
mean,
love
like
it, and mushy, and it's
it
beautiful.
feels nice.
I cannot wait till it's done.
And that's the silk in there is so perfect for that drapey stuff. Like silk is a tough. People love
I've
silk.
never knit with silk, so I don't know. This is my first time, and I'm loving it. I mean, obviously, it's not a lot of silk. Well, I don't know. How much silk is usually
40
in things?
About 50-50, like maybe 50,
Is it usually?
maybe something like that.
I
And
like
some stuff
knitting
in
with
like
it.
the sock and like fingering weight yarns and stuff.
And
But
it's really stretchy. Like, it's crazy
Yeah.
stretchy. Like, you would think there's no nylon in it, but I don't know
Yeah.
if it's because I'm using the bigger needles. It's like a
right,
more open knit thing.
like
Stretches.
silk is good for shawls. Like this is going to be really great with the silk because it's drapey and it like has a shape, but it's not like when something is determined by its shape, like a hat or like a fitted cardigan. When there's silk in there, silk tends to like lose its. I don't know what to call it.
I know what you mean. It's
it starts to.
It just does what it wants. It's like
I'm not going to find the word that I'm looking for. It's drapey. And like, it's good for drapey stuff, but like with a hat, like with a slouchy hat,
it doesn't
you get
retain
a few
its
good.
shape.
It doesn't retain any. Thank you. Why couldn't I think of that?
I don't know. That's okay. I do that too.
Like a moment.
So we'll see if I get it done while it's still hot, because this will be a nice little tee to put over either like one of those nice sports bras or like just a small tank.
It actually, the pattern originally suggests a sport weight yarn. So
sport or DK?
A sport or a DK?
Sport. It had to be a smaller. It had to be a sport. I checked my gauge for this one.
Yeah.
I did my test swatch because this is a very light fingering weight.
Yeah. So what size needles are you doing?
It calls for, I think, hold on, I don't remember now. Let me check. I think it calls for a 5. I'm doing it in a 6. I only had to go up 1 needle size.
Well, that's not bad.
Okay, 2 double point needles, size 4. Okay, so I went up 2 sizes. Called for size 4. I did a size 6, and I pretty much got gauge.
Yeah.
So
that's so nice.
Yeah.
And actually, this, like I know, I can't wait to see it as obviously as
like
the
you
shirt.
Can see, it's got like thicker chunks. Like you could really see a thick chunk down there, and it's got them throughout.
Yeah.
Those thicker. It doesn't bother me. It might bother some people.
I'd really love to see like a big like wrap in something like this.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, and just double up on it.
Even like this,
just like a
to
huge
make a shawl out of this, a wrap shawl. This would be a good shawl fabric.
Yeah. I might
really
get that.
Like it.
Now I'm like thinking, and I'm like, I want to do that. It'd be a lot of work. It's a lot of stock in it.
It's a lot of stock in it. But you know what?
Throw a couple of cables in there.
I've been watching Friends.
We caught an episode of Friends last night, and I was like, I wonder how far Jaymie got. I think
I'm still in the first season.
Oh my god!
We passed the Thanksgiving episode. So I remember that. You know, she burnt her turkey and all that.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly which one we were up to. I forget. Oh no! Yes, I do. It was the one where Joey was modeling, and he has that poster for.
For VD.
For VD. That's the one we saw. The poster for VD. It's a what someone isn't telling you or something.
Yeah.
Whatever his name was for that poster.
I forget. Oh, what an amazing show.
It was funny.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the end of my whips. So I've been working on that instead of my shawl.
Oh, I have a few whips.
You have a few whips?
I do. So I'm gonna do in my my You Sew and Sew bag, large in the Ophelia print. I am still plugging along on my 3-color cashmere shawl by Locatelli, and it's on my new Chai-Gao knitting needles. And I'm doing. I think I said it a while ago.
Your needles match your silver and red.
I know, and
I love when that happens. I'm such a nerd. I'm like, oh, my needles match my knitting.
The lace cord for the needles are red, and it almost matches this. And like, I was getting confused. Like, I kept like going like this because I thought it was the string, and I'm like, how is this in here? So I'm working on size 5 needles instead of 6, like suggested. I don't know. I just liked it better. So yeah. Working along. I had actually gotten like a few rows into the lace section and realized that I had done it wrong because I was too confident and I wasn't really paying attention to the chart, so I had to rip it back. So, but yeah, so I'm officially on the lace portion of it.
Is that the last portion? Or?
No, well, yes, technically it is. It's the last charted portion, and then you go back to your color B, which is my dark gray and Hydro Press colorway, and you do like a complemented bind off peacoat edging, which I'm like dreading, but
it'll look nice when it's done.
Yeah. Tracy from the Grocery Girls had said that she had skipped the peacoat edging because she had like had enough of the shawl already, and that she was sorry that she did that. So I'm going to have to do. I don't want to be sorry. I like the peacoat edging. I think it's really pretty. So that's going to take a whole week in itself probably. Anyway, it's on my Chai Gauze, and this is Lambstrings yarn in the Tralala sock, which is 75% superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. In the toasted colorway, which is my color A, and you can really see some of those darker spots. For some reason, I can see that they're coming out, so that's really good.
Yeah, they're coming out good.
And Hydro Press is my color B, which is that gray, and the Sexy Librarian, my most favorited color in the whole wide world.
Sexy Librarian.
In my color C. So, still plugging along on that.
We're almost done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for the, I'm entering this as the part of the Grocery Girls Summer Long Joji-Along cow. And, I have all summer to do it. So in the beginning I was like going really strong, and then I messed up the lace section like on Monday, and I didn't even, I like put it in the bag, and I was like...
Monday wasn't a good knitting day for us, because that's when I ran out of yarn.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't even like realize that that was the same day. And so I was like, you know when you have like a meltdown on the inside, but you're like, okay, I'm just gonna put it in the bag and
Not look at it for a little.
I'm gonna touch it because it's like I don't know, 4,000 stitches or something like that. So instead, and I had done this before, and I was doing it, and I was like, I should be taking like a small video, nature. How I ripped it back, and what I did was I'm gonna find the website that I found this tutorial or this video, and I'm gonna put it up. But basically what I did was I went down a few rows. I had some other like fingering weight yarn and some contrasting color that I wasn't going to use, and I threaded it through each stitch on that row, and then I ripped it back, and it ends up being on the waist yarn at the row that you stitched it through. I'm explaining it horribly. I'm gonna put up a thing. We're like Snow White today. We're like attracting all of the winged creatures. They probably smell our sweat, and they're like, yeah. So I'm gonna put that up. I don't know if it's called a lifeline. I think a lifeline you work with your knitting.
I think it's either way. I think you do it.
Like I inserted a lifeline and then I ripped it back. So if I find the tutorial, I'll put it up, because it was like a lifesaver. I ripped it all back and I was like, oh, it's right there. Put it back on the needles and went right back up. So that was good. So that's my second whip. What else do I have?
I
don't know. Wait a minute. In my art pillow bag. Stacy gave me a handle to put on here, and
you didn't.
I'm like not all. It's like not all there.
It's okay.
I am working on and you know what? It's a hoe. Technically, it's a hoe, right? The Hops-A-Lot slippers from the Tiny Owl Knits Forest Fairy Tales book, which is our giveaway for 100 subscribers, and they're felted, which I didn't do yet. So I'm working on those. That's a hoe. This is one slipper, and you knit the ears separately. That's one ear. Oh, so cute. But clearly this fits a giant. So you felt it by hand. I should just wear them like this.
Yeah.
You felt it like by hand, and it gets smaller, and then you put a little face on it. Boom. By Stephanie Dosen. And I'm like trying to knit them like crazy before I give the book away. I'm just stealing all the patterns, and then you guys can have the book. You guys can have it after that.
I'm done.
You're done?
With the FOs and
With
the whips.
FOs and whips. Do I have any
I did
other
not
whips?
have much today.
Right. Oh, I have. It's right in front of me. I'm staring right at it. In my other You Sew and Sew bag, my first You Sew and Sew bag, the medium and the thicket colorway, fabric.
All right.
Whatever.
Working on that.
Still plugging along on my Chuck sweater by Andi Satterlund. Which I think I knit a couple of rows since the last time I saw everybody, or the last time I was talking about it. Because now I was talking about, like, you gather up all the whips and then you never finish anything. That's what's starting to happen to me. But if you missed last week, what I was saying was if you have done this or seen this done or read the description on the pattern, you'll notice that I'm doing it differently because I hate picking up stitches and doing, you know, this sleeve and that sleeve, and then you gotta knit this, stop, knit this, stop, put it all together. It's like so much. So I did a little bit of math on the pattern, and I started doing it as a contiguous set-in sleeve method from top down. So what you do, and I was trying to explain it the last time, and I put up a little, I'm going to put it down here. It's a method by Susie Myers, and I think it's free, how she explains to do it for free. But basically, you cast on for the back and a little bit of the front, and you increase at your shoulders every single row. You increase, so you increase on the wrong row as well. And as you're doing that, you're adding here, so this gets a little bit bigger, right? And then you cast on for your front. So now you have like a kind of scoop, and you also have some stitches here. And then you stop doing that, then you start to increase at the markers every other row, so it cuts this way. So you make the shoulders, and then you start to make the sleeves similar to the way that you would do a raglan, except it's going to be a straight line. And my goal was to put this on bigger needles so that I could really show this to you guys, and I didn't do it. So
for shame.
I know. I totally, I didn't even think about it until I just said it. Shame. I know, the belt thing. So you can see that this is the front in very crude form. And if I pull it this way so you guys can see the sleeves as is, this is your every single row increase, and then you start to increase every other row. It's inside and outside the marker. So depending on where your marker is, that's where you're going to make the increases. So when you're making the increase on the shoulder portion, you have markers that mark your shoulder, and you increase every single row outside of the markers. Then you're going to increase every other row inside the marker, so it starts to grow here at your arm. And that's how you do that. Go to the tutorial because I'm explaining it like crap. So yeah, so eventually I will get to the bottom of the armpit where I will take off and put sleeves on waist yarn and then continue them later. But I'm excited about that. So that's still going. That's still a whip. I've got a million whips now.
You do have a million whips. Oh, there's my princess.
Oh my God, she's making the Mommy,
puppy
please let me outside. Please.
Don't leave me.
Almost. That's because the men are inside playing
Video
Overwatch.
games. Yeah,
They're all playing Overwatch. So.
Which is another reason I didn't get much knitting done.
I'm the only
one.
I'm the only one that's not involved with this stuff, and I gotta tell you folks, it's like, you know, when people are like, oh, you know, when you have kids, everything stops and blah, 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 and, you know, you can't get anything done, and, you know, the single people who don't have kids are like, That's how I feel about Pokemon. Everybody's playing Pokemon, and I'm like, I actually have time to knit.
But you've got to catch them.
I don't want to catch anything.
No, I'm not that terrible. I'm not going to go for a walk just to catch Pokemon. Although we did that last week. I won't do that. I won't make my kids go outside. Come on, let's catch some Pokemon.
If you had a dog, you could take your dog out.
Torture my poor dog 8 walks a day. Let's go.
Yeah. You know what? I just can't. I like that. Like, I feel like it would be like a sense of community. Like everybody's out walking and going like this, and like, hey neighbor, meeting your neighbors for the first time, and you know, you're out and about at the park with all these people, and you're like, oh, you're playing Pokemon? Yeah, I am. Oh, okay, good. You know, like there's a sense of community. But there isn't, because you guys are just like burying your faces in your phones. Everybody's like, you know, everybody's getting all this accidental exercise.
Accidental.
It's horrible. So, so myself and my fiance's brother are the only 2 people on the planet who are not playing.
On the planet. And my niece, because her phone can't handle it. She's so sad.
Only 3 people on the planet who are not playing. And we were saying, I was watching the Late Show last night, and they were saying that Pokemon Go has gotten more downloads than Tinder.
Yep.
That's crazy. All the things that, you know.
It's
you'd rather do
when
than
we were kids,
Tinder.
we used to want to go out into the world to catch Pokemon, and now we can.
But it's not the same. You're not like, I don't know. It's not the
as
same.
close as we're gonna get.
You're going like this. I didn't want to do that when I was a kid. That's cray. That's cray.
I enjoy it. And Overwatch is so much fun.
Overwatch looks fun, but I don't want to play. Unless like we were talking about Warcraft and all this other stuff, I just can't get into. I like my me time to be me time, knitting, spending time with myself. I don't know. I like that. Don't get me wrong. I like Street Fighter. I like video games from 1995. Those are the video games I like. I miss that Sega Genesis.
It's starting to get really hot.
Ah, Jaymie thinks that bothering me.
It is now.
It is. Did you get anything new?
Well, I ordered more yarn for my shawl. But no, I do not have anything new. Did you get anything new? I was finding that down there. I was like, I didn't see that last week.
I did get something new, and I brought something new from last week that I forgot that Jaymie gave me. So, I got my bag from Molly Klein Designs on Etsy, which I love.
She's got a few bags I like too.
This is the one last week that I was saying, it said unique, and I was like, that means one of a kind, and I just bought it. This was in my cart for so long. I cannot believe that nobody grabbed this. This gorgeous yellow with these awesome unicorns on it. Come on, guys.
It is pretty cool.
Where's your head? Look at the inside. This is so beautiful. And the inside is like a thicker textured fabric. So let me see if I can, it might pick up some of the texture on there.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Really, really, really cool. I love the way that they play against each other. She's got an eye, because like, if it were me and I was doing, if I was putting fabric together, I don't think that I would have put these two fabrics together, because it wouldn't have occurred to me. But this yellow, wherever it is, this yellow really does wonders with this. And it makes it less kiddie whimsical and more adult whimsical. So, I don't know. There's other bags, and I love her. She's very sweet. She like commented on our last video for the podcast. She was very sweet. And she also gave me, along with that, I got some candy, and I got some pumpkin spice tea inside the bag, which I thought was really, really cute. So it's Molly Klein Designs on Etsy. This is the yarn that Jaymie got me for my birthday that I forgot to bring last week.
It's the birthday yarn.
Yeah. So, and this is Madelinetosh Prairie, and what's the Cloud Dweller. I was like, it's Cloud something.
We knew
Cloud
it was Cloud something.
So Jaymie was saying that when she purchased this, she bought it online, that you thought it was more gray.
I thought it was more gray. I knew it had the blue and little bits of pink in it, but I thought it was overall more gray. And to me, it's picking up as more blue.
It's a
with
sky
hints of
blue.
Gray and pink in it.
And pink in it. And you know what? It's not something that if I saw it on the shelf, I'd probably be like, but when somebody else buys you a color, you're like, oh, I love it, and it's a color that you never would have picked for yourself, but I found a pattern that I totally forgot what it was. Aw, man. It's by, it's in Brooklyn Tweed. It's a new pattern, I think. God. Maybe it's not Brooklyn Tweed. I will have that information for you, like right here, because I don't remember what it is, and I'm going to put a picture up also. But it's a gorgeous lace hat, and I cannot wait. This is the perfect color for it. It's still neutral enough. Like, I know you were saying you thought it was gray.
With your dark hair.
I know you were saying that you thought it was gray or
whatever.
I still
like,
think
Shanna,
it's neutral enough to pull off.
So,
but the thing with lace is, like, there's like 800 and something yards in here. Yeah. I'm sure that a small slouchy hat is not going to need 800 and something yards. So what do you do with lace yarn when you don't have enough to make like a big thing? I'm very stupid. I think I'm just gonna knit like I was saying I wanted to do like
a
top.
What? No, like a
whatever I was saying before.
Saying.
It's so hot. I'm like focusing on the
wrap.
Sweat, the wrap, like a big thick wrap. Maybe I'll just use the rest for that, or I'll stripe it with something and get if I stripe it, it'll work. It'll be long and I won't get bored.
Yeah.
Got it. Doing that. So I have 2 projects for this. Yay! So excited. And that hat's going to live in this bag because it's the sky and it's a unicorn. It's just whimsy. So it's already living in there. So Molly from Molly Klein Designs. I want more stuff. And she's got her little label there, which is so good. I love that they do that.
Yeah, I do too.
You know, You
It's
So and So
cute.
does that too, and she's got
It's very cute.
right. They get their name printed, and then
yeah,
You
she
So
did
and So
it
has
too.
like a logo that she puts on there.
Yeah.
So Steel City
Yeah,
Stitcher.
that's
I love that.
They're cute little logos.
There's a way to do that, like for your own stuff, that's really like cost effective. So basically, what you do is you get like ribbon from the craft store, and I think you can get like gross grain, or as long as it's not satin. You get like a plain ribbon that can handle heat, and then you get like transfer paper. You print out on transfer paper like your logo a whole bunch of times, and you just iron it onto like a long ribbon. You just keep, or you cut them out and you keep ironing them onto a long ribbon, and you just cut them out and fold them, and you can sew them like into your projects and stuff.
This is
I'll
cool.
put that in the show notes too. I think I found that on Pinterest also. It was that kind of week.
Yeah.
It was like a Pinterest kind of week. It was really, really hot.
We had a bit of rain.
We had a little bit of rain, which I got it, knock on wood, wherever
It's
that
just
is.
humid.
It's humid. Yeah, we have not had rain since the first day we did the podcast on a Saturday.
Yeah. We've knocked on some kind of wood because you just jinxed us. It's going to pour next week.
How about glass? Is that okay? I'm going to
Yeah,
knock on
why
glass.
not?
What else? I feel like there was so much more.
Well, oh, I know. I've got, I mentioned spinning videos that I found that really helped me
Did
last
you do any
week.
more spinning?
No, I didn't.
Jaymie,
No, wait. Did I?
show them.
I didn't bring it out. It looks the same, just a little more on there.
Do you want to take a break? I'm
Yeah.
going to put my hair up. We'll come back for like another little while. We're at an hour
Let's
now.
take the break.
Yeah.
Let's take the break.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so we took a short break.
Yeah, we're back. Welcome back.
Alright, so we
So-
were talking about spinning.
Yes, we were.
I was going to mention videos I had found that really helped me. And Shanna's like, where you're spinning? Where you're spinning?
Where you spinning at?
Where's your spinning? I was like, I don't have it, but now I do. But I will let you know real quick before the videos a problem I have encountered. I let it go too far down the spindle.
Is that a thing?
Well, apparently it is because it happened to me. No, I just wound it down too far
Oh.
and didn't realize I was doing it. So now when I spin it, I have this little bit. I gotta go. I'm almost
I
done though.
see.
I've only got a teeny little left, so that should be like one or.
I want to touch you
that's-
again.
Go ahead, smush as much as you want.
Touch me.
So this is how it's coming out. A lot better than my first try, and I can't wait to finish it up. And
This is a really nice
Make it
combo.
good.
This line right here.
oh
That
yeah,
like sage blue and
this one right with the copper.
yes. That's a nice twist. I mean, the whole thing is beautiful, but
You know, and it's
That one
interesting
twist
'cause there's
really
different
stands
colors
out.
throughout. So each time you're twisting different colors into it.
And you know
it's
what's
fun?
yeah,
It's
like
fun.
I haven't seen any. There's like green, like vibrant green spots in here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
You
one.
can see there's a little bit
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna say, I'm not really that green right there.
Yeah, the
Isn't that
green's
nice.
kinda- there's probably buried, some green in there.
Yeah,
But, like I got bright orange for
yeah.
that one.
And it's up here a little like
Yeah.
that'll.
And then there'll be some strands that are like almost white. It's nice. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah. Yay!
Anyway, so anyway, the videos I watched were by Expertly Dyed on YouTube. I
we'll put
watched
that
her
up.
spinning videos. Expertly Dyed. They helped me a lot. They did. Her videos really helped me fly. So Expertly Dyed on YouTube. If you want to start spinning, I suggest you go check her out. She helped me a lot. and she just seemed like a very nice person, and she knew what the hell she was doing. So I was like, yay!
Yes. And that's all you're really looking for.
Yeah.
You know?
She
I know what the hell
things,
she's doing.
She explained things more thoroughly, I feel, than like some of the other videos I watched.
Yeah,
so
I'm not a very good explainer. When I'm on the spot, I'm like, it's like a thing, and it has this, and then you, like, I never finish a sentence when I'm explaining things. I'm horrible. So, props to people who do that.
So yeah, I highly suggest checking her out.
Yeah. And I want to say, I can't wait.
I
can't wait to see what you're going to make with it.
I'll try and finish it this week.
No promises.
No promises, but I don't have that much, so I should be able to.
Yeah.
And we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so what else did I want to talk about?
You want to talk about... I feel like there were so many more things in my head that I had.
Because I have a few things, like I'm following some new podcasts.
Oh yes, that's right.
You know, I never have much, like, watching TV or watching anything time, I feel like. So I watch The Grocery Girls, I watch Risen Knits, Get Lit and Knit, and just started with Legacy Knits.
Yeah.
You got me onto Legacy Knits, yeah.
And Sue, the mom, she does like a Periscope in the morning, which actually... I like live under a rock. When she said, "Oh, I Periscope," I was like,
"Yeah, I don't really know what that is either."
It's like live streaming on your phone. You download the app and you can like do like short videos and stuff like that, and people can comment like while you're like live, and then you can like replay it and stuff. So like I've watched a couple of Sue's like Periscopes in the morning. So I downloaded the app because I was like, "What is this?" or whatever. So that was really funny. I'm like, I don't know anything. I'm like, Periscope, what is that? So I follow her and I follow like 2 other people. So if anybody Periscopes, let me know, because I want to try to get into it. Trying to be better with like Twitter and like the new stuff. There's so much stuff. It's just,
there's so many.
There's just so many
social media. All right, and then so now I watched an episode by the Knitting Broomstick, and she was good. She was nice. She's, I think, a mother of 4 and dragonflies. And
there's so much nature.
And she was nice. I liked her. And then I also watched Knitting I Love. And I really liked her. Yeah.
And I love.
Yeah, she was quirky, and I liked that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she was quirky, I guess you would describe. Like, she was happy and peppy and quirky, and it was good. I liked hers.
I haven't watched like a lot of hers,
she
and
had a
I've
cute
heard
little
so
accent.
many things. Right, the Polish girl living in Ireland, right? So I'm curious about her.
She was good.
I didn't go crazy with the podcasts this week. I think there were a few podcasters that I subscribed to that didn't have videos this week, so I was kind of like rewatching some old ones. I've been watching a few of the one that I was telling you about earlier, Wolfenchef, right? Magdalena, because I love her accent, and she's so cute. And she has her like little, she says, "This is my little kitty co-host," and then she goes, "Meow," like that, and I want to hug her. Like, I just want to hug her. So, I'm just going to take a plane to Switzerland where she's at, and I'm just going to give her a hug, right? That's justifiable.
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
I'd like to go somewhere one day.
And she's also a yarn dyer, and she's very good. So, and she, like, is in love with Kristen from Vine, and so am I, and I'm like, we should all just hang out. Come hang out.
Come to New York.
Who was the other one I just started watching, and she was very funny? Mary Beth from The Fat Squirrel Speaks, I think her podcast is called, or something. I hope that's what it's called. She was funny. And they're like a good, I think the one that I watched was like 45 minutes. Like, you're laughing, and then boom, you're good. That was good. It was like good lunch break podcasting, you know? Yeah. Sometimes I feel like when you go over, like, sometimes we have a lot to say, and no matter what we do, we're like, well, it's going to be an hour and a half. But some of like the half an hour, 45-minute ones, you don't think you can cram a lot into that time, but you really can, and they're great for lunch breaks at work. So that's when I'm like, oh, I need to find one that's short, like a podcast that's short. Some of them go for like 2 hours and over, and I'm like, you gotta like cook and you know.
I do my dishes. I watch a podcast.
Oh, you do? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Pop it up on my microwave, prep it up, and I'll sit there and do the dishes while watching.
That's
a
really good idea. I've like, and I know this like sounds really creepy, but like I've put a few on like while I'm in the shower. But the problem is that like I don't have a curtain in the shower. I have like the sliding like caddy corner standing shower, and like I'll hear some stuff, but then when somebody's like, "Oh, I love that," I'm like, I have to like open the shower and like wow, it takes me like 4 hours to take a shower because I'm like. I look like The Shining. Watching. Oh my god. Like this, watching podcasts. I was watching Sticks Plus Twine the other day. Like that. Like it's like this. Like this. They're I forgot his name. The guy from Sticks Plus Twine. They're doing the Void Shawl by Melanie Burge, I think. And I really, really want to do that shawl. Like, I'm really into that shawl.
Have to look at it.
Oh my god, it's huge. First of all, it's huge, like crescent shape shawl in worsted weight yarn, and it's like a lattice stitch. Not really. I don't know what the stitch is called.
Void. I'll check it out.
It's the Void shawl. It's really awesome. I want to do it. I actually think Chelsea from Legacy Knits is also knitting it, and her color choice is fabulous. I want to make it. Really want to make it. And I thought it was really interesting, and I think we should talk about this maybe another time. The Sticks Plus Twine host and one of the hosts from another podcast. I'm going to mess this up, you guys. I'm going to put it right here. They are working on a small magazine called Rib. And it's based around patterns for men and for the women who want to knit their men something. So it's going to be a magazine full of men's knits, and I'm really excited about that because I don't ever knit men's items. I see a lot that I like, but it's hard to find my fiancé something that he will wear. He's so picky. I wanted to talk about this. Does your husband, like, let you knit him stuff?
He wants a sweater. Yes.
He does want a sweater?
He does want a sweater. He wants a pair of socks and a scarf. I have
Good
a
for
list.
you.
I've never, I made him a blanket. I lie. I knit him that big blanket that's in there.
The one that I use when I'm here.
Which I will bring on the podcast when it starts getting cold, because I am not bringing it out here in the summer.
Could you imagine? We bring it out now and we're like, this is the blanket, and we pass out.
But,
and then it's like 20 minutes of white noise, us passed out on the table.
Yeah. But I think that's all I've made him. It's a blanket.
Yeah. I love that he, like, wants that, though.
Yeah,
you know, there's, like, a support.
He wants a sweater and scarves and socks.
I had to, like, really, like, talk Seth into a pair of gloves with that acrylic yarn. And he was like, I don't know, you know, and he's looking at it. And I'm like, for mowing the lawn. Don't mow the lawn in gloves. Snow blowing and, you know, shoveling and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, maybe. And he's like squishing the yarn. He's like, all right, I think, blah, blah, blah. He is not interested in...
Not even a scarf or a hat.
Not even a scarf. His style is so particular. He's very particular about his style. So he has one scarf that he's been wearing for years. It's black. It's like felted, but like factory felted, like thin factory felted. Like if I felted something for him, I don't know that he would wear it. He's not a hat person, and right. He has said numerous times, like, I'll model anything that you want me to model for, like, Ravelry or for your patterns. Like, if I ever, like, wrote a pattern for a man, he's more than happy to model it, but he doesn't want to wear it. There was a sweater.
For shame.
I feel like,
shame.
Like, I feel like a little bit like I'm losing out, because so many women are like, oh yeah, you know, and their husbands are like, oh, I want like a pair of socks and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I don't have any men to knit for. So, anyway, the magazine Rib that is coming out, I'm really hoping that there's some like good modern patterns in there that he might like, because I want to knit something. My grandpa wants the vest.
Oh, get your grandpa a vest.
Yeah, my grandpa wants a vest.
Your grandpa's so nice.
Yeah. Actually, I bet you that yarn would be really great for it. The other thing with Seth is that even if he wanted me to knit a sweater for him, I think I would be so freaked that he would wash it wrong.
So
and I don't want to do all the laundry.
it would just be one sweater.
I don't know. I feel like Seth throws everything in the wash and then everything in the dryer, and it's like very rare that he looks at something. So I guess I could make it with superwash, but there was a men's sweater like years ago that I wanted to make, and the Durer sweater or something like that. It's all ribbed, and then on the side it has like these amazing Celtic like swirly cables.
That sounds fun.
They look like the ampersand, like the music notes. Not ampersand. What's that music note? The treble clef.
I was gonna say.
What's wrong with me? It looks like the treble clef. It's not, but it mimics it, and Seth is a musician, so I was like, oh, that would be great. So I actually bought Cascade Superwash 220 in like a charcoal colorway, perfect for him. And then at the last second, I was like, I made a sweater for myself because I knew he was going to wash it wrong. It wasn't because I'm a brat. It was
funny.
I know, but I had second thoughts. It was like the night before the wedding. I was like, you know, I had like night before the wedding jitters, and I was like, I can't because I don't know. I feel like he'll wear it once, he'll throw it in the wash and destroy it somehow. You know, and he's much bigger than me, and that's a lot more knitting. And I'm used to making
teeny little things.
Tiny small things. Smaller things. So, however, I would love to make him a scarf or a pair of gloves or something that he could really, you know.
Yeah,
and he's like, no. No. I'll make him his gloves. This is true. It is totally his loss. So, you know. I don't really have anything else.
I have one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
I almost have 100 followers on Instagram, so I'm going to do a little giveaway. So when I have 100 followers, I will put up a post, and, you know, you can just comment in the post, and you could win this.
What is that?
Well, it's a little star stitch marker.
Well.
Aw. Maybe I should take it out.
And I stole one of these from Jaymie.
Yeah, you did steal one of these. Ha ha.
I know. I was like, I like that. And she was like,
I lovingly gave you one.
Yeah, you did. You lovingly gave me one.
So one of these stitch markers.
With like this cute little
there it is.
star.
Ah.
Isn't that adorable?
And see, the
and it
colors
matches.
match. And this skein of Madelinetosh. So it is Tosh DK, 225 yards, and this is the chicory colorway.
Which is a beautiful colorway. It
teals and like
neutral,
gray
like,
browns.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Go see Jaymie.
Go be my friend.
Go be Jamie's friend. LeslieJeanKnits on IG. Go to her, man. And while you're at it, stop by me.
I don't know how long I'll have it run for. Usually people do like a week, right?
I don't know. Hit 100 subscribers and then
we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm up to 87. It's funny. We have 87 subscribers and I have 87 followers. I was like, huh. That works out.
Come on, guys.
Let's hit 100 on both.
That's right. So,
and that's it. That's all I have.
I had a shop update this week at lambstrings.etsy.com, and I added some of these, so you better come down and get some. And
what did you name it? Because I don't think it had a name.
I named it Glow Getter. Like, I'm a glow getter.
It glows. I almost feel like if I put my hand behind it, it'll like glow onto my skin. That's how like bright it is.
So I have those. I have those on some sock yarns, and I have it on some worsted weight, and a couple of the lots had like a little bit of an oopsie, a little bit of pink dye snuck in somewhere, and I don't know how that happened, but it's not a total loss. It's still a beautiful skein, or still a few beautiful skeins, and there's just going to be a discount on it, and I will put that up on my Etsy shop as well. I'll add that in as well. So come by, come see, and I think that's all we have for today.
That is?
Yeah.
That's it.
Thanks for coming back to join us, and we hope that you come back next week, and we hope that you guys have some comments and say some wonderful things. Don't forget to go to Ravelry and join our Strings and More Ravelry group and participate in our threads for our giveaways, which are closing very soon, so hurry up. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for coming by. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
God, it's so hot.
I know. It's so hot.
It's like sweltering.
Okay, so I stood up
Is it
before.
even 90? I don't have my
No.
phone out here. I can't look.
No.
It's like 80 something.
No. So we got up to take a break before, and like my pants are all sweaty. It's gross.
Shit, sweaty underwear.
It's so gross. And I was wearing that thick sock.
It's gross.
And I don't know why you didn't take this off, because Jamie's wearing her push-up bra today.
I am. Gives me boobs.
For the subscribers. For the lucky subscribers. But, I get this. I get the hurry toes.
You're more Spanish than I am.
I'm more like everything that is
Sicilian,
Mediterranean
more
and stupid.
Spanish, more, I don't know.
Anything that can grow nasty hair,
You're Polish
I got
too,
that.
right?
Yeah, but and
Are they hairy though?
the Polish aren't anything. They're Polish.
They're Polish.
They don't know.